In Dubai, a landlord can only require you to leave at the end of your tenancy on 4 legal grounds, with 12 months written notice, served through the notary public or by registered mail. A notice that misses any of those elements is not a weak notice. In most cases, it is not a notice at all. An eviction notice is not an eviction. It is a document with several ways to fail, and this episode is the taxonomy: valid, void, and challengeable. Which one you are holding decides everything that follows, including whether there is anything to fight about. Start with the law. Under Article 25 of Dubai's Tenancy Law, Law 26, OF 2007, as amended by Law 33 of 2008, a landlord seeking possession at the end of the tenancy must rely on one of 4 grounds: demolition or reconstruction of the property. Renovation. So comprehensive, it cannot be done while the property is occupied. The owner's own use of the property, or use by first-degree next of kin, or the sale of the property and the personal use ground, carries its own statutory condition. The owner must show he does not hold a suitable alternative property for the purpose. 12 months notice, in writing, served through the notary public or by registered mail. 4 grounds, 1 notice period, 2 methods of service. That is the whole gate. A void notice fails the gate itself. A WhatsApp message is not service. An email is not service. A phone call from the agent is nothing at all. A notice that states no ground, or gives 6 months instead of 12, has not started any clock. If you're holding one of these, you have not been given notice. You have been given information about your landlord's intentions, which is not the same thing. A challengeable notice passes the gate, but invites the question. It is properly served, properly timed, and states a ground, but the ground is doubtful. Personal use, from an owner who holds other vacant units. Sale, with no listing and no buyer ever materializing. Renovation, described in 1 line, with no permits behind it. These notices are not void. They are contestable, and contests are decided on evidence, and a valid notice is exactly that. Properly served, 12 months, a genuine ground. This series promised you honesty, so here it is. Early. If the notice is valid and the ground is real, the fight is not there. Move. The negotiation is about time, about handover terms, about your deposit leaving cleanly, spending a filing fee to delay. The inevitable is escalation as a reflex. Escalation is a decision, not a default. So here is the first hour's work. The day a notice arrives, do not reply, and do not start packing. Both are decisions, and you have not read the document yet. Establish 4 facts in writing for yourself. The date you received it, the method it arrived by, the ground it states, and the date 12 months out. Photograph the envelope, if there is one. Keep the registered mail slip. Screenshot the message, if a message is all it is. A void notice is evidence too. Then place it in the taxonomy: valid, void, or challengeable. Everything this episode recommends follows from that. Classification, and tenants who classify before they react, keep options that reflex gives away. Now, what the structured attempt does with a defective notice, because this is where pre-legal rental dispute resolution earns its keep. Disputer.a operates that attempt at a fixed fee. The details are on the site. The resolution letter does not argue feelings, and it does not bluster. It identifies the defect, cites the article, states the tenant's position, and sets a defined response window with the next step named. Most defective notices are withdrawn or renegotiated at this point, quietly, because the landlord's advisor reads the letter and sees what a judge would see. That is the step. Before you file doing its work, the dispute ends because the paper made the outcome obvious.